Institute of Innovative Technologies at Florida Southwestern State College. If you haven't done so already, you can join this presentation by scanning the QR code or going to menti.com and entering this code. That gives us a way to make this more participatory. And then I can also share the results of what multiple people were thinking in the Google Drive afterwards. So please go ahead and do that. I'll just wait another minute while you're doing that and talk a little bit about what inspired me to want to talk about this. Of course, I think we all have our stories of realizing how big of a deal generative AI was going to be last year and being sort of caught for most of us pretty surprised by what our new realities were. And I saw such great examples of creative thinking and resilience and being agile, right? Responding to the moment in ways that were really, really helpful and inspiring. And what I realized was, as exhilarating and exhausting as that was, what we're faced with now really calls for a different approach. So now it's time to not forego the agility, certainly, but also to get a little bit more anchored. And what I sort of thought of this was we were kind of in triage mode, and you can maybe relate to one or all of these characters here in terms of how do we respond to this? And in my mind, our response now, at least at Florida Southwestern, and I'm imagining at your institutions as well, is evolving and needs to evolve. So today's session is really about, well, how do we make that transition? How do we not lose the agility? How do we move into something, a more mature response? So in my mind, there are really two steps to this. I love to keep things super simple. One is reflect on the challenges that we've seen so far. And the second is identify anchors that help us move forward. So for those of you who are joining us on the Menti app or on another screen, I would love for you to just describe very quickly what are some of the challenges, or how would you describe the challenges that your institution has faced relative to generative AI in the last year to 18 months? And if anyone is like me and a really slow typer and you'd rather just unmute and share what that is, that's fine too. Academic integrity, no surprise, right? Privacy, burnout, yes, that one keeps coming back. Cheating, yes. Access, consensus. Just to be totally clear, I don't have solutions to all of these challenges. I wish I did. I think coming at them together. So actually, AI will help us group our responses together, which is one of the new features here that I like. Rewriting curriculum, right? Is when do we have to do that? When do we have to do that? How do we do that? How do we do that when faculty are burned out? So these answers will be available for everyone to look at and see what's useful to you. But if you see the general categories, I doubt there are anybody who said, "Oh, really, buy-in wasn't too much of a problem for us." We're sharing these in real time right now. This is a nice picture of what I started to, once I was looking at our challenges, reflecting on them all the time. What I started to really worry about was, are we going to get caught in a continuous game of cat and mouse? chasing down academic integrity concerns, chasing down the tools that are available, what kinds of policies they have. Are we going to be able to create or offer equal access to those tools? And so as I was looking at these challenges, I sort of feared this recurring cat and mouse game. So I see some of our FSW team members on here right now. And what I really love about our team is that we're able to talk deeply about some of these challenges, and we're able to, talk about the really superficial but important parts, but also really get deep. So when we got deep, we decided we need some anchors, right? In order to develop something that's more than responding to the fires that exist, we needed some anchors. And so we define anchors as the things that allow us to develop cohesive and sustainable practices around AI at the institution, and develop and deliver, of course, the appropriate professional development that allows us to offer those. So what are the anchors? We divided them into 3 different categories. So this is really just like thought modeling here. So the anchors can be goals at the institutional level, or if you're working within a departmental level, values and strengths. And as we really dove into these things, what I like, our goals, values, and strengths often overlap in ways that when we reflect on them are instructive. So I took a shot at just putting forth what I think our goals, values, and strengths are on our team. We really want to make sure our graduating students now, like this year and in the future, are ready for the workforce. Institutional resilience, thought leadership is something that is a team goal. What are our values? Well-being clearly emerged as a key value for our team. What are our strengths? Collaboration, creativity, and shout out for our awesome supportive leadership. So these are, as you can see, there's not really super clear distinctions among all of them necessarily. Talking to other colleagues across the state and just sort of getting an informal assessment of their goals, values, strengths, I heard all kinds of different things. A lot of people have awesome infrastructure for this already in place. Faculty buy-in, what are their strengths? What are their goals and values? So enough about them. I would love to hear from you, and we're just going to do a word cloud in this one. If you were to describe 1 or 2 goals, go ahead and put in there what those would be. So what are your goals relative to adapting to generative AI at your institution? And again, if you're having trouble getting in here and you want to put that in the chat or unmute instead, you are more than welcome to participate in the way that works best for you. Innovation, awesome. Student-centered collaboration. It's interesting, those who self-select to do things like this, and some of our things, I'm resonating with the words that I see coming up here. Okay, making it normalized, really interesting one. Faculty empowerment coming in the chat, love it. Equitable access. Playtime, I think that's an interesting one. We've talked a lot already today, and we talk a lot just in conversations about faculty burnout and when do they have time to play with tools. Awesome. Oh my gosh, I love these. More workforce. Good. All right. We might have a couple more come in on this one, but let's skip to the next one. Values. And these could be your own personal values. Maybe these are what you're identifying as your institutional values. In the chat, we have helping students develop ethical AI skills. Absolutely. Self-representation. I would love to talk more another lightning round just about what that means and all the ways it could be relevant here. Good. Empathetic support. All right, let's do one more. Bias avoidance. I see all kinds of awesome things coming up here. How about strengths? It's awesome when these completely align with your values and your goals. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So definitely interested to hear about your strengths. Oh, Richard says in the chat, fostering curiosity. That's probably my favorite word in the whole language. And it's some strengths, collaboration. Great. I like that we're seeing a lot of the same words get repeated here. Students first, open-mindedness. That's a really important thing to have right now. And then also empathy for people whose open-mindedness is maybe not the most natural thing for them, because they are those people and they have something to offer the conversation as well. Lifelong learning, excitement to learn. I love it. I love it. All right. So those who are on my team who are here probably cannot believe I actually am going to keep this within my 15 minutes, but yes, I am. Perseverance. This was a sort of, I was looking for quotes about anchors, and this one came up, and it's probably not the most elegant in the world, but it has this word in there, perseverance. And I think that's what we need to, for those of us who are in this work and doing it and trying to keep up with all the changes. Perseverance is an important quality to have right now, an important learner quality. So I would love to, if anybody wants to talk more about this, or just wants some other people to connect with, you're welcome to connect with me on the app. That's one of the things that I love about the TOPkit workshop is all the cool things we can do in that. Or you're welcome to send me an email, look for me on LinkedIn, and thank you for participating and giving some inspirational words for us to look at.
Well, I'm sure your team is proud of you, but I am super proud of you for getting all that good stuff in 15 minutes. Thank you so much. And yes, I do promote that we continue talking and have discussions within the tool, or like you said, reaching out to you.